you hacks, welcome back to Spud Run Golf. I'm Jeremy here in Southern Ohio at our backyard golf course. One of the questions I always get asked, how fast is your green? There's only one way I know to describe that, and that's, I don't know. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna put a homemade stimp meter on this green. We're gonna find out how fast it is. And if it's not fast enough, I think I have a trick up our sleeve. All about speed today here at Spud Run Golf. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mow this green, get these leaves blown off, get a ball out there, let's roll a couple putts, see how it looks, see how it feels, get the stimp meter out, see what it's actually running. And we'll tell you more about the stimp meter, why it's called a stimp meter, what's good, what's slow, what's fast. We'll go over that here in a little bit. Right now we're mowing at 0.18, so we're definitely gonna be slower than your track, your local course that you play on, because they're most likely mowing at 0.12 or better. So we've got the height going against us. I've been asked about the dead spots around the green. I tried to overseed them twice now, it's not worked out. I'm gonna try again in the spring. It's originally from where I was turning the mower on the green instead of going off the green and turning. So it happened when the grass was just a baby and it's just not recovered. And I can't seem to get it to grow in. In 1935, Edward Stimpson, a former Harvard golf team captain, was spectating at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. After a winning score of +11, Edward was convinced the greens were unreasonably fast. He built a structure out of wood in hopes to devise a universal gauge to classify green speeds. Now you can even buy these on Amazon. But in pure Spud Run fashion, I decided to make our own stimp meter. All it takes is a smooth rail of some sort that will allow the ball to leave its resting place at 20 degrees. I found an old door rack made from aluminum. The tricky part was to make the hole the size that would allow the gravity to release the ball at 20 degrees. I just used my angle locator to find that degrees and started with the small holes, slowly increasing the size to the bigger holes for the right spot. Before we get down to business, let's make a couple practice putts, just getting the feel of the game here. I putt cross-handed, I've told you that before. Money, not money, not money. All right, let's do it. All right, we're gonna use a pocket knife to mark our starting point. We're gonna do 3 balls. This is a test of 3 balls. 3 balls this way, 3 balls that way. Basically, we got in our slot. At 20 degrees, it should roll out. This is the downhill side. We're going to record these measurements. This one's 10.5, 10 foot 6 inches. So now we're going to spin it around. Here we go. Oh boy. All right, so the downhill we had 9.89 as our stimp speed. The uphill was only 4.59. We take those two, add them together to come up with 7.24 as our stimp speed. Looking at the USGA recommendations, slow is considered 8, so we're below slow. 10 is considered medium and 12 is considered fast. Now, US Open speeds, 10 is considered slow, 12 is medium, and 14 is fast. They recorded up to 15 at Oakmont on the US Open. Now that's like putting on your kitchen hardwood floor or tile. That's unimaginable. That downhill putt we had would have went off the green. That's just crazy. But the good news is, I've got a plan. I think we can make this thing faster. Having done all that to do this, so I pre-gamed a little bit. I'd reached out to our local superintendent at the country club. His name's Jared. He has been super fantastic to me. Super fantastic. Recommendations, help me with just ideas and just a super help. Now I won't say about all superintendents. Most of them think that I'm out of my wits, which is okay too, but Jared has not. He's been very helpful. So I contacted him, said, hey, you got any rollers? I'm gonna roll this thing, show these guys what we can do. So he tells me he does not have a roller that goes side by side like you've probably seen. He's got a greens mower that is converted into a roller. So it's got rollers instead of rotary reels, And we're gonna get that thing, it's up at the garage, we're gonna bring it up here, roll real good, and then see what the new stimp speed is. Well, check out that butte, guys. That's from the local country club. They were generous enough to let us borrow this to try to get these green speed a little bit faster. So in place of the traditional reels, we just have rollers up here. And they're pretty daggone heavy. So let's try it out, see what we got. Way faster, guys. It's way faster. Man, it's Sunday. I should get some of my buddies out here to play. It's perfect. All right, same spot. We're gonna test her out again, guys. Those are pretty consistent. 12.6. Wow. So if you'd call this the Indian summer, it sure has motivated the beetles. There are beetles everywhere. Well, that don't look much better. All right, you hack pheasants. Post roll, after we use this bad boy right here to roll the green, the downhill we had 12.5 on the stimp meter. Come on. The uphill, excuse me, was only at a 5, which brings our total average to an 8.75. So pre-roll we're at 7.24, post-roll 8.75, a 1.5 of speed gained. It just feels so much cooler. I don't want to say cooler, it feels so much more real. Now, I told you before, I think we're cutting around 0.18. Most screens are cutting around 0.12. I believe if we can get that cut height down to 0.12, I think we'll be pushing 9, 10. I'm quite certain of it. So I think next year, as it gets thicker and it gets a better turf, because that's one reason I caution to cut it too low. When you cut, the lower you cut it, the faster that green rolls, the more maintenance it takes, the more chance you have of unhealthy turf. That's why I'm just trying to ease into it. I don't think you'd blame me for doing that. It's a lot of work to get it to this point, but we'll continue to drop that mower height, continue to improve the roll. So guys, what's my golf green roll at? Well, I can safely say right now, almost a 9. That is what I believe to be very awesome here at our backyard golf green. Can't get no better than that, guys. Come on. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing with us. Spud Run Golf. Over now.